Well, now to the shelter crisis continuing in the state, with the waiting list for families beginning to fill up and the weather only getting colder. 22 News State House reporter Ellen Fleming has where the latest overflow site is located and if more are to come.
It's been more than a week since the Healey administration started placing families in search of emergency shelter on a waiting list. And in their latest move, they have opened up shelter in a state building. State officials announced yesterday that some of the space in the headquarters for the MBTA would be utilized as temporary shelter for families. Conference rooms in the State Transportation Building in downtown Boston have been converted to shelter space, which are available to families on the wait list who need overnight housing. Only 25 families will be able to be housed in this space, and only during evening and overnight hours. It's projected that this site will only exist for about 2 weeks until another shelter is opened. 22 News reached out to the administration to see if any state buildings in Western Massachusetts would be utilized as overnight shelter, and as of now, there is no immediate plan.
If this is a stopgap while the administration is working on some more appropriate locations, then I think it's a step in the right direction, but certainly at this point is not going to meet the need of, over 90 families who are currently on a wait list.
There are dozens of hotels and motels across the state, including in Western Massachusetts, where homeless families are currently being housed. However, the state has reached its cap on the amount of families they can provide reliable housing to. Now, funding for the crisis is currently tied up in conference committee. Both the House and Senate allocated $250 million towards the crisis, but they differ on how that money should be spent. Working for you at the State House in Boston, Ellen Fleming, 22 News.